Welcome back to Final Fantasy VI. First thing you want to do, talk to this guard.
Stealing is wrong.
It is not
What's that?
wrong.
More stupid. Zimoki has my money. No, Arcala, don't do that again. Soup talk is always amusing to Paradise.
Let's see. Right, I just optimized her equipment because I'm lazy.
He also sticks her in the back row because he's a wimp.
Give her an earring. Two
She's
earrings if you really want to.
She's actually a very capable physical attacker like Terra, but you know, you'll never see that happen.
Nope. Save your game, because you might die in this next section. It's unlikely. You can safely ignore that first clock, it serves no purpose at all. Oh, you'd want to raid this room if you hadn't done it already.
Because raiding is fun, kids.
And in this area you will have dogs and soldiers for some reason. If you wanna get the most out of these fights, kill the dogs before the guard, because when the dogs are alone they'll run away.
Wait for it.
Wait for it. There he goes.
Aren't those the exact same sprite for the Doberman?
I think so, yeah.
So maybe it's just a typo in the script that the Dobermans actually exist and don't actually have a...
Right, in this wall, secret passage.
This area is full of secret passages.
Head south, pick up high ether.
Which
it
is already...
ether or an ether?
And just south of that
Whatever.
X-Potion.
Ribbon, that's
Ribbon.
really important.
Let's accessorize, girl!
Wait, yeah, sort of.
Best accessorizing ever. When I was first going through this area, I thought they were just being a dick with the perspective, then it turns out they just used that to hide things.
Yeah, it's not best level design in the world. You'll see Terra's Blizzard does about the same as one of Locke's attacks, so she's not that useful.
Terra's Blizzard?
Yeah. No, wait, this isn't Terra.
You know, I think the lack of mint green hair would be a telltale sign.
But she can cure. That's something. She also has Runic, which you may have noticed I haven't used. But you will see it used in due time. It's a pretty forgettable ability, really.
No, it is not.
It pretty much is.
It's all a matter of opinion. And if you're not crazy like this guy is, you'd actually take the time to use it.
But they're not casting spells. Why would I use it here?
These aren't casting spells,
Yes.
and not many things do in the
Well, the big problem with Runic is, well, what Runic does is it sets her up as sort of a lightning rod for magic. So magic spells will be attracted to her, and she'll absorb them, and then she'll regain the MP from the Runic. Now there are a few problems with this. The first one is it absorbs your magic as well. Second thing is it only has one charge, so you have to keep refreshing it. Third problem is a lot of the really nasty attacks don't get caught by Runic. I think that Ultima actually does get caught by Runic.
Yes, that's the best way to deal with it. And a few other magic-based bosses.
Yeah, there are a few boss battles where it's undeniably useful, like the next two. But for random encounters, you won't be using it very often. Maybe a couple of times.
Making things go splat with magic power.
But she's one of the top 3 spellcasters, so...
I'm surprised who the first one is.
Yeah, you will.
An endless supply of soldiers.
I suppose if you really wanted to, you could grind in here if you wanted to be the same level when you leave the scenarios, but... I wouldn't bother. Oh yeah, the other thing about Runic is you can use it to get back MP.
But Osmos is much more efficient with that.
Yeah, or Ethers, Ethers.
I never used Ethers, I always just used Osmos and it did a far better job.
Yeah, Osmos is much better, but some creatures don't have MP.
At all, which I find quite odd.
Or you could use elixirs. I couldn't find any secret passage here. Tried my best, guys.
I actually found the ribbon secret by just browsing through an FAQ. I wanted to learn the levels of the bosses in the final dungeon so I wouldn't be over or under leveled when I went there.
But aren't they all ridiculously high?
Yeah, so I didn't just shove it all and just go with an estimation.
Oh.
Exposition!
Celeste is probably one of the character that develops the most in the game. Anyway, now you're out of South Figaro, head northwest. These enemies are all ridiculously weak.
Of course.
I think you can take a nap in Sabin's house if you need it.
Actually, it's Duncan's house.
Duncan's
Sabin
house.
staying there. And apparently not using deodorant because, you know, Edgar was able to smell him out so quickly.
That is disgusting.
Yes, it is quite.
What's this noise? What could it be? Now, this Acrophiles has a pretty good rage, so you'll want to run into one of them. Otherwise, this is just another run-of-the-mill Cave of Nashi run. I think you have to run it like 3 or 4 times. With different enemies each time. Cure if you're low on health. There's a recovery spring at the end, remember?
Yeah, you will notice that the enemies have completely changed, so it's not like ridiculously easy like it was with...
Oh yeah, you're right.
Like the basin, the Figaro Basin, we'll call it.
Well, it's also, it's not safe to take the, treasure chest yet either. And I'm not quite sure what happened
It is an odd sound.
there. Grab the recovery spring.
You almost forgot. Is that a... Oh yeah, it's like the sand ray enemy. I always find it particularly interesting.
They're actually quite tough, most of them.
Poison! Use magic. Magic solves everything in this game. You will learn that quickly.
Yeah, magic is pretty good. It might seem lame at the moment. So anyway, I think after we refresh, I think we had to cut it because this boss fight takes a while. So see you next time when we take on the tunnel armor.
Dun dun dun!